Don't get it twisted, man. Don't try to find me. Might be in Switzerland or Hawaii. 1, 2, 3, 40. Scuff my new shoes, we scrapping toe to toe. Craps, blackjack, and Keno. Strike sideways, hit Reno. Ball cap tight, no smiling. Sitting low, song profiling. Biatch, bump the bumble. New click shade, no punk hole. New click shade, no punk hole. Or how about this one? Every fucking day is a holiday celebration. When a bitch is acting crabby, it means she's on her administration. Look, if you don't know anything about E40, Fonzarelli, Charlie Hustle, if all you know him for is his hit record, Tell Me When to go back and listen to his breakthrough album in a major way. There's nothing but back-to-back slaps from beginning to end. Look, all jokes aside, this is a great story, and I think it's important to highlight these things because it is Black History Month. And I know a lot of people are down on Black History Month and they don't see the purpose of it, but I think it's important that we highlight these stories because there is a purpose to show how good we can be to each other, and also to show how people are giving back to the communities, are looking to pave the way for the new generation and to uplift people, and to show them that, look, you don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to assist. You could assist in many different ways with your time, with your expertise, with your resources and connections and your network, but just letting people know that you still have a connection to them. Right? Many times we've seen, especially in the media, where if someone who is of a certain stature goes back to reach out to other people, either they're killed, as we saw with Nipsey, or they're ostracized, or they're looked upon as people who are disconnected, who really don't have any business being there. And a lot of times you get discouraged and you don't want to go back, you don't want to reach out, and then we have what we call a gap between the people who have made it out and the people who are still there that can actually use a helping hand. So it's important that we shed light to these stories. Okay, now this is a story about E40, Earl Stevens, going back to his alma mater, which is Grambling State University in Louisiana, and him given a donation of $100,000. So according to this article, the 55-year-old rapper and entrepreneur contributed $100,000 to his HBCU alma mater to support a number of the university's music programs. Specifically, the money went to aid the school's music department and the marching band. And it also helped create a recording studio where students can follow their dreams in music like he once did. So E40 was there in person to deliver the oversized check to the university, and while he was there, the university decided to surprise him when they unveiled the recording studio. They actually named it after him, calling it the Earl E40 Stevens Sound Recording Studio. Now, E40, who attended GSU in 1986, told students and faculty at the school that he wanted to let people know that there's nothing wrong with being in the marching band, and he just wanted to make a contribution to help his school's music department. So E40 wanted to explain that growing up in his impoverished Vallejo, California neighborhood, it led him to look for an escape elsewhere, and he hopped on the first train smoking when the Grambling State University opportunity came his way. And he never looked back, and he took that experience and was able to jump full force into his music career, which led to multiple successful albums, platinum plaques, and hit records. And with that success, he was able to expand his business ventures and get into things like owning restaurant chains, creating a wine and spirits brand. He has the E40 wine collection, he has the E Quarenta tequila, the Tycoon cognac, and he has Slurricane, the mixed drinks. Now, these are all alcoholic beverages that you can't get in Canada, so I'm dying for the day where I go to the Bay Area and collect all of these bottles and have them posted up empty somewhere in my living room. In this photo, you have E40, who's accompanied by his beautiful wife on his right. You have the GSU president, Rick Gallitz, and then you also have Dr. Nicole Roebuck, who is Grambling State University's music department chair and director of bands. So the reason why I bring up this photo is because E40 is someone I've been following for decades now, and his music has always been about substance, it's always been about social commentary, and he was always a big advocate for being about your paper, being about your Fetty, being about your Skrilla, being about your mail, and making sure that people understood the importance of ownership, having his own record label, being your biggest fan and your biggest supporter, and also being family oriented as well too. And the one thing that I liked about E40 is that outside of the music, you see here with his wife, the wife that he's been with for all of these decades, right, through thick and thin, and to see him in his success, even in his later years where his name has become even larger, he stayed with her and he's loyal. You don't hear about any drama between him and anybody else, and he always lends his support to other people, and he stays grounded within the Yay area. So you gotta respect what E40 is doing from a professional and also from a personal standpoint, because there's so many other stories of other black entrepreneurs or celebrities who don't use their money as wisely as E40 has in this situation. To give an example, we could talk about Dr. Dre and the fact that he donated millions of dollars to the University of Southern California, even though he never went there, never enrolled there. But the rumor was that he gave the donation because he wanted his daughter to gain acceptance into that particular college. But again, here is USC, a college that doesn't have financial issues, that has enough money to support their administration 10 times over. There's no need for Dr. Dre to give his money to that particular school, especially when that school wouldn't have allowed him to enroll into their program. So it's odd to see stories like that make the press. It's important that we also highlight these stories where E40 is giving back to Grambling State and HBCU, because there are a lot of black celebrities who went to HBCUs, and we already hear about the stories where the alumni is not giving back and there's a lot of deficits when it comes to the finances. So it's important that we get these type of stories, because you want to encourage the fortunate people to give back to the less fortunate people, because you have to let people know that even though you are successful, you can still give back and not have to worry about losing it all, right? A lot of times we hear about stories like Nipsey Hussle, we hear about stories of other people who try to give back to the less fortunate. They end up either losing their lives or they end up losing everything as a result of trying to give back, because there seems to be some type of risk and danger involved in it. But it doesn't have to be. And like I said, you don't have to just give your money. You could give your time. You could lend your expertise. You could lend resources. You could even lend your network to other students in the next generation that could use a helping hand, right? And let them know that you haven't forgot about the fact that you were once them in their positions and you were able to make it out, either with somebody's help or all on your own. But at the same time, why do you want to make it harder for the next generation when it really should be easier, especially if you're in the position to make it so? So there you have it, just dropping a feel-good story for Black History Month. You leave a comment in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, part of my presence YouTube channel, Next Move, Best Move. Peace.